The Bongo Club is a multi-arts and music performance space. So, I mean, we do pretty much anything here that we can. We're part of the arts charity Out of the Blue, who host the studio space side of things, and they do much more arts and education projects. We do the performance side of things. So we've got one main space down there with the stage, and we have the cafe space that you're in the moment. Bongo means, I mean, it's one of these full-time jobs that's more than full-time. It takes up quite a lot of my life, and I've been doing it for 13 years so far. I was at the old space in New Street, our original site, which was part of the original Out of the Blue site, where we shared the building with 50 studios with 100 artists in them. So we moved here 9 years ago and have tried our best to make a good space on a different site. In New Street, the developers closed down, moved us out because they were going to develop the site, and 9 years on that site is still sitting empty, which is completely empty. There's not a building has started in that site, and that's a great shame in the city centre of Edinburgh. I mean, Edinburgh's Scotland's capital city, the host to the biggest international festival in the world, literally, and as such it needs a strong base for that. It needs a large range of different sized venues to support that music and art scene. We're the last in a long line of venues that are either closed already or are threatened with closure. In recent weeks we've lost Cabri Hall Tate, who are one of the key live music venues in the city. Their breaking boundaries in music tag is really true. We've lost, as I mentioned earlier, the Roxy Art House, the Forest Cafe and the Big Red Door, all of which were very similar sort of mixed arts and music venues. I'm confident that we've got over this hurdle before. We'll do it again, and whether that takes the path of persuading the university to change their mind or to help us more practically in the search for a new space rather than just an email with a list of estate agents' phone numbers. If they can actually practically help us, and we have highlighted specific spaces that we could use that they're not considering us for, but they are sitting empty at the moment, that would be good. However, if help's not forthcoming from the university, I'm confident we can find a space without the university's help as well. But don't get me wrong, we're going to put pressure on the council and the university to provide that help. I think it's only fair. We've started a new petition. Because the last petition wasn't worth the paper it was written on, apparently, because it only took names and email addresses. That last petition has been stopped and handed into the university. That was started by Edinburgh University students. It raised 4,000 names in the space of less than 5 days, which is not bad, shows support. The government website that hosts all the official petitions has 170 pages of petitions, and it's only in the last 3 pages that they get up to the level of 4,000 signatures. So we've made a new petition which is hosted at changes.org. Change.org, sorry, my mistake. And details of that can be found on our Facebook page and our website and the Safe Bongo site, I think, that the students set up. So that's one way they can offer help, and also spreading that around via social media, Twitter, Facebook, etc. That's it. These things have a momentum that we need to keep the ball rolling. Writing to your counsellor or MSP is a really good way of bringing attention onto any sort of concerns that you have. Another thing that you could do is, if you're a student at university, talk to the university themselves. The university have a biannual general council, which was last Saturday, where it's populated by graduates of the university and alumni of the university. It was the first time in ages they had a young attendance, and there was more questions raised about the Bongo Club than any other one single topic. So that was nice. I mean, perhaps the nightclub and music venues is symptomatic of the wider thing, where it's a move towards more sterile, slightly, some would say, vacuous culture side of things that you would perhaps associate with the only way is Essex, I was going to say. But yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong. There's a place for lots of people enjoy that, going to a club where you hear chart music and you just get as drunk as possible and enjoy yourself. But lots of people don't, and really we need both sides of the coin. We need other places out with George Street and that sort of side of things to be represented in the city. And at the moment, George Street is under threat. It's our side of things that's under threat. So it needs to be protected.